So we've just received word that Speaker Pelosi is going to speak soon on Capitol Hill ahead of a House vote on infrastructure, which we're going to bring you as soon as that gets underway.
Within a short period of time, we started hearing more about this thing called critical race theory, which I had never heard about. After some investigation, some FOIA requests that I've started seeing on the news, a lot of taxpayer money, my taxpayer money, our taxpayer money, had been invested in some teacher training, and that would be rolled into the student curriculum that I didn't agree with.
Virginia voter and working mother of three, Brooke Corbett, on her support for Republican Glenn Youngkin in the governor's race on Tuesday. According to Fox voter analysis, 53% of women in Virginia voted for Terry McAuliffe, compared to 46% who voted for Glenn Youngkin. And an opinion writer at Daily Beast is now calling those Youngkin voters, quote, Karens who are killing America, saying, quote, in this piece, this is a direct quote from this editorial, I never underestimate the white-hot rage, anxiety, and resentment of a Karen scorned. You might think you've won them over with Beyonce, Oprah, Chai Latte, and henna. But the cult of Karen will always turn on people of color. It will turn on a dime to uphold oppressive systems that ensure they remain influential and powerful handmaids of white supremacy. Okay, that's a lot. Brooke Corbett joins me now. She's a registered independent. She works for the defense industry in Virginia, and she's back to respond. Brooke, it's good to have you back again. You're a mom of three. What do you think of the way that voters like you, college-educated white women in the state of Virginia, are described in that editorial?
Well, I guess I'm not surprised to hear it, quite frankly. They're clearly angry. Their preferred candidate didn't win. What I'm more surprised of is all of the blowback with the word games and critical race theory. It's clearly in the curriculum. It's clearly in the classroom. This has been something that's planned since the time Terry McAuliffe was a governor. At least there's evidence online of it from back in 2015. My kids have sent me evidence of it in the classroom. I've seen teacher trainings myself. I don't care what you want to call it, an academic construct. My school board district rep said it quite plainly that FCPS has no plans to teach critical race theory, but FCPS will support anti-bias education. So the implementation of critical race theory in my county is called anti-bias education. But you can put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. I still don't want it.
So tell, Brooke, I'm glad you touched on this because, there are a lot of people out there saying, oh, it doesn't exist, it's just a fabrication. Even President Obama called it a phony culture war. What was it that you saw in some of these materials that you didn't like or that you felt was unfair in terms of the way that children were being taught? Can you be specific about it?
Yes. There's a series of buzzwords that started to come up repeatedly, and I started associating them with what everybody was calling critical race theory. The big one I started seeing was equity, and I realized their definition of equity is anything but equality. That was, whenever you see equity training, diversity, equity, and inclusion, cultural sensitivity training, those are a lot of the buzzwords that caused me to pick up on this because they're all teaching very similar principles, whether I've seen it in other aspects of life, whether it's in the government, whether it's in industry, but definitely in the public school system, and it is in the classroom now. Parents do see through this charade of what turns out to be this language reconstruction of whatever you want to call it, critical race theory, equity, anti-bias training, anti-bias curriculum. We see through it. We don't want this. We were raised with training about equality and Martin Luther King Jr. We reject I don't see how what we were taught in the principles of Martin Luther King Jr. and judging people by, we hear that now, by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. I'm curious to know how proponents of critical race theory, or whatever they want to call it, square this with what they're trying to push now in the kids' school. Does this mean that now
Brooke,
we're no longer going to celebrate?
Yeah. Yeah, to celebrate Martin Luther King, I believe was what you were going to say, right?
Absolutely. Does this mean we're no longer going to do that?
Brooke,
yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Brooke. Good to have you back with us today.